What's up everybody, Kane here with another BTD Battles 2 video. This time we're going over Season 7, doing the Season 7 review video. My basic general thoughts on this season was it was Season 6, which was basically Season 5, but on repeat with a little bit more optimization. We can look at the top 100 here, and just everyone here is farm towers, right? Or farm players, right? Farm, 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 farm. You couldn't get anywhere without farm. Pretty much the theme of the season is a top 200 farm player should beat a top 25 player that doesn't have the farm tower equipped in most circumstances, let's be honest. Your popular comps, obviously DSF, Druids of Farm, sticking around for another season. Dartling NG Farm had several maps that was kind of the go-to choice on, and then towards the end people were also picking up Dartling Ice Farm. Some people are trying to make Dartling Ice Village happen, but Dartling Ice Farm has the farm tower, therefore it is the better combination. Beyond that, let's see. Obviously the score system visible the whole season. I didn't even bother grinding it all this season. I took a few weeks off, to be honest. Still managed top 50%, so that there are people that are worse than me, and I just elo decayed, so I don't know how that happened, but we'll take it. The score system, they were tweaking a lot this season. As you can see, Ninja's up to 9,000 or over 9,000. Same with Ryan Mahalik. Sambo just missing the over 9,000 meme, not quite good enough. But yeah, Ninja's missing a day of school. He's in high school. He skipped at least one day of school just to grind out first place here. Somehow Ryan caught right back up, so that's pretty impressive. Crazy amount of time dumped into this. They are removing the seeding system next season. That's something I've complained a lot about. And they really tuned the score system for good and for bad this season. I think one very notable thing was that they removed point loss from disconnects, so people were just map scumming, player scumming in Hall of Masters in order to not have to play people that are better than them. I'm not sure if there was someone that was in top 10 on on Tuesday, on the last day, and it could be one of these people, or it could be that they got a one-day ban. I'm not sure. You can change your names too quickly for me to really track, but there was a guy that was like in 5th place at one point that was like he shouldn't be in top 100 type of quality player, but he was just player scumming and map scumming his way to win. Early in the season, people like Bithy managed to abuse the score system. Not saying Bithy's a bad player, but I am saying that Bithy is not the top 1 player in the game. I think that's an agreeable statement. But they were able to abuse the elo system and the way the score system works in order to boost themselves way into first place by gaining normal score values even while in first by just having bad elo. So Ninja's would win 10 in a row at 5 points apiece and get 50 points, while Bithy at one point was gaining 25, 30 points for a win, and it's hard to keep up when you're doing 1/5 of the score for the same amount of work. I think another notable thing, so Ninja's got up to the 93 win streak. Apparently he went 150-1 one evening, kind of towards the end of this during his skipping school grind, but the game crashed, so he only managed to hit the 93 streak. Otherwise, undoubtedly he would have hit his 100 streak goal. But yeah, that was kind of this season. It was like you either run farm or you're not winning. Like, you have to run farm. It is not optional. Let's see if no, I think ISAP managed to get in. I think ISAP probably was running farm. Furious DE 84th. he wasn't running farm. He was running NG at times, but he wasn't running farm. So, you know, shout outs to Furious. Not Tyler. So that Tiggy's ult managed to score higher than Tiggy. 88th with without farms as well. So it was a tough season. Oh, Mrs. Pressing. So Mrs. Pressing, if I'm not mistaken, this was Happy Shroom, and they managed to elo / score decay down to -300. Yeah, so instead of being 3071, they were down to negative. Like, the score system can go negative for some reason, and they did it. So wild things there. Yeah, one of the other reasons that, like, I logged in on like Monday maybe or Tuesday or something and played like a game or two, right? And I got paired with Glenn M up here, 13th place. At the time he was 11th and he had like 5900 score. So, you know, he was about what he was at now, and I was at legitimately 3200 score. Okay, so basically half, right? And I lost. And I lost, I think, 25 points with half the score, right? So if I played Ninjalis, I played Ninjalis way earlier in the season, okay? And he had probably around 5,000 to 6,000 score at the time. And I actually had more score at the time because this was before like several weeks of elo decay and score decay. And I lost 5 points for losing. So at 3200 score versus effectively a 6,000 score, I lost 5 times that. At no point in the season did I log in and like feel good. Like, seeing the score just made me understand just like how much more of a waste of a time playing was at times, right? Like, if I'm like legitimately half the score, you know, a third of the, or 2/3 of the score, half the score of someone, and I'm losing in some cases a win. Like, another person I played was I'm Found. So this was Withmere. I'm Found is Withmere, just a different name. And I lost 40 points to him when he was, you know, 5,000 score and I was 33, 32, whatever. And 40 points is like a you won the game amount of score, right? 3,200, 80 is you're predicted to lose and you won. 40 is you're predicted to win and you won. But like, it was a close margin kind of thing. So losing 40 score when I'm 2,000 below someone, it's like, why am I trying? That's the only person online too, so like, it's not going to be a very productive point to grind. So that's kind of my opinion on the season. Unless you wanted to play farm, then this was a great season to skip, and I have no regrets about that. Next season, going into next season, we don't have a new hero. We had Azili last season. Azili made certain comps completely unrushable at times. Otherwise, Oben was still quite meta. There's a lot of changes this season, so I'm at least optimistic that there'll be at least be fresh dynamic opportunities this season, but I'm not optimistic about much changing with regards to farm. The big change they're changing is spaced eco, right? So spaced eco was how farms were able to get the same or more eco than eco players while still building farms. And if you have 2 forms of eco for the same price as one, then you're going to be outscaling someone on money on like round 9 already, right? And so their goal with spaced eco being less efficient is to make farms not snowball as bad, which, true, it will do that. But farm players, when they're faced with an NG, will just not eco at all. This is already flowcharted. We know how it ends up. Like, and that's with no eco, right? This season, the way it breaks down, you're going to want a blue eco if you're a farm player instead of all your spaced ecos, right? You can pressure spaced eco, and honestly, if you're doing spaced eco as a form of aggression, It's perfectly fine because you still have the farm tower. But if you just choose to blue eco all the way until Space Zebras, it still snowballs out of hand. Like farm, they haven't touched farm. They just tweaked eco. And at the end of the day, spaced eco was good for eco players too. So you're nerfing eco, you're not nerfing farms. And effectively, this does buff engineer because any nerf to farm buffs Engie. Which is kind of the predicament with this game. It's unbalanceable with Engie in its current state, right? I think someone pointed out, I think it might have been Clutch that pointed out that really clicked to me this season. The functional issue with Engineer and Open Trees is that in Bloons Tower Defense 6, you pop balloons for money. In BTD Battles 2, you pop balloons so you don't die. You make money from your eco in Tower Defense or Battles 2, while in Tower Defense 6 you don't make money from well, I think I said that backwards. You make money from eco as opposed to popping the balloons. And so when you eat the balloons with the trees in the trap, the money that it's produced is to offset the money lost. And so there's an investment thing. It's kind of like a bank, right? You put in what would be money now, and you get more money out later. In battles, you just get free money from these components. So they don't do the same role, and that's why they're extremely overpowered compared to their Tower Defense 6 counterparts. So that's kind of my thoughts on this season. I'm happy with the changes. I think it will be an improvement, but I don't think it fundamentally makes any real shifts in the meta. And you're going to see a lot of the same stuff. But, you know, sub is out. They nerf sub into the ground. Druid Sub Farm is probably not the play. Dartling Ice Farm, Dartling NG Farm are still extremely valid options where those are appropriate. The new map, people are saying it's going to be a good ice map, or ace map. I'm thinking it's going to be a good ice map. Because if you just do like max anti-stall BSI, right, like, yeah, that'll work. It's just, you know, obviously the late game potential of sub is tuned down, and so we'll see if other comps outperform on it. But, you know, for all the maps that exist, you know, I honestly don't think much changes. The one big thing to be concerned about is last season player was already proving the viability of Dartling Village Super, and I think Dartling Village Super could definitely see more viability this season. So that's something to be concerned about. But overall, I do think that Season 8 is going to be a healthier, more interesting, competitive season. So, worst case scenario, we science it out, and we at least have a few weeks to science something, as opposed to Season 7, where it was just like, yeah, nothing changed. So, there is that. So we'll see how it goes. Let me know what your opinions are for this season, what you plan on doing on the new map. I don't actually know its name off the top of my head, but as well as, you know, what kind of comps you're looking to try this season, anything new in the balancing that makes you want to try new stuff. I'm looking forward. I should be unlocking Smudge Cat Azili soon. Yep, I'm 2,500 points away. So I'll get to try some Smudge Cat Azili options, and I'm gonna try and make Boomer Ice Village a thing. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I think it could happen. I don't know. I'm gonna at least try and have fun with this season. It seems that my expectations are that farm is gonna still be what it is. It's just they're gonna have less money snowballed, which, you know, when they're sending $500,000 dollar rushes on round 32, snowballing it only down to 400,000, you're just gonna have to be able to defend infinite balloons, right? So we'll see how that goes. Let me know what you're thinking. If you like this video, please make sure to give a like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.